Hello and welcome to another edition of Ideal with Neil News Market Update for September. Hope you're having a great day out there today. It is crazy sunny, which is ridiculous for whatever we are, October 6th. I should know October 6th. As yesterday, my wife and I celebrated 35 years married. With the 5 years dating before that, we're up to 40 years. Crazy how the time flies by. At any rate, yeah, beautiful day out there, and let's get right into the market update for September. So again, these are from the Market Stats program, and this is the stats for all of Waterloo region. So let's start off with the average sale prices. So the average sale price of all the products overall for September was $753,000. Again, a slight bump up from the summer prices, and frankly, all the way through detached townhouse, condo, and semi, we all saw the same thing pretty much with those average sale prices. Just marginal difference. Our detached were at $857,000. Townhouses were at $606,000. Condos were at $441,000, and semis were at $621,000. Okay, so again, this is all just coming off of a real tough summer. Not that the September was much better, as you'll see. New listings. Not unexpected. They really shot up after Labor Day. We had 1,474 new listings for September, which is pretty crazy. But again, with things being so slow in the summer, a lot of sellers wanted to, take a bit of time off and then relist in September, when traditionally things were to pick up with sales, but as you'll see, that wasn't necessarily the case. Total inventory, 2,099 properties for sale as of the end of September. That is 80% above the 10-year average. So there's a lot of inventory out there for buyers to choose from. Now, that's the other part, sales. 505. The sales, even though we were hoping that maybe in September things would pick up, they continue to slide, and they're 25% below the 10-year average for sales. Days on market, 32 days on market still, over the last couple of years, we've been around that ever since we came out of the craziness when everything sold in a week or 2 weeks, that sort of thing. We've been sticking around that month or so, give or take, to sell, and the average no different here at 32 days. So that's pretty much on par with the way it's been for quite some time. Months of supply, 4 months of supply, and again, this is taking into consideration the rate of sales and all the inventory we have. In 4 months, again, that is a big number for how long essentially it would take to sell a property at the rate of sales, given the total number of properties available. Percentage of list price, again, we've been at this for a number of months now, right around asking. This one is just a hair under 100%, and so right now it's basically we're still seeing people try the strategy of a discount and hold process, and hoping that they'll get multiple offers. In some cases they're successful, and in others it's not working out, again, just with the lack of sales out there. That's the reality, and then sellers have to go to a plan B, and sometimes it's listing at the price that they want or are hoping to get, and other times it's trying another discount and hold and see what happens from there. So, but yeah, that percentage of list price right around asking. So where do we go from here with those stats in mind? We already had a Bank of Canada cut in September down to 2.5. Certainly, the hope was that that might spur some things on. We haven't really seen it yet. We have another Bank of Canada announcement come the end of the month here in October. We'll see what happens there. Sounds like potentially another cut there, but interest rates have been fluctuating around 4%, a little bit less than that for most of the year. And I really, as I think I've mentioned before, it's not necessarily about the interest rates per se, or the prices, although, I'm sure buyers would like to see prices lower yet and interest rates lower. But it's been more about the uncertainty in the economy, always talking about tariffs and, job concerns, things like that. So, we'll just have to see how much longer that's going to go on for, and I suspect that we're in for the long haul with that. And just see what happens. One of the other things that I'm hearing more about lately is obviously there's a lot more back to work happening now, and so people are wondering, well, how is that going to affect things? With people, lots of people moved here over the pandemic. From Toronto to take advantage of work from home and lower prices, that type of thing. So, we're too early in the ball game yet to determine how that's going to play out, but are there going to be some, I'm sure, that are going to be, probably moving back if they can, and if they can afford to do that, but again, too early. We're just going to have to see how that plays out over the next year or so, and we'll keep an eye on that along with all the other stats. So, if you have any questions about any of this, by all means, please reach out. Happy to give an evaluation of your place if you're thinking of doing anything. And again, as always, thanks for all of the referrals of family and friends. Again, it's a huge part of my business, and I really appreciate it. So take care, and we'll talk to you next month.